the mosaic look like. So walls were painted of stucco. So that's stucco. Stucco. Okay. Okay, as you can see, this is very Roman-like. The Roman dress, Roman ornaments, Roman utensils, Roman pottery, and Roman glassware. We still can find the Roman design nowadays because it's very beautiful, right? Especially the Roman dress. But if you find someone wear like this, I don't know. Okay, next. Okay, by the 3rd century, Christianity made some progress in the island because before, the citizens worshipped many gods. So Christianity came by the 3rd century. Okay, on AD 314, bishops from London and York attend a church council in Gaul. So that's how bishops look like, but not at that era. Okay, how was the church council? Okay, how was it? Okay, peaceful conditions existed everywhere except along the frontiers. The frontiers was feared because of the hostile penetration of the unconquered population. So the conditions of the church council is very peaceful, but except the frontiers, because hostile penetration means a very unfriendly, like you know, you wouldn't go there. Okay, next. Okay, the Latin language in Britain. Next. A great number of inscriptions have been found, all of them in Latin, wrote by the military and official class, and being in the nature of public records, documents, and other official things. Latin did not replace the Celtic language in Britain as it did in Gaul, because the Celtic language in Britain mostly used by the upper class members and some inhabitants of the cities and towns. Okay, next. Okay, there were many evidence found that say that Latin language exists. Okay, occasional graffiti scratch on a tile or a piece of pottery was found. Rich citizens spoke Latin. There were certainly many people in Roman Britain who spoke Latin, but its use was not sufficiently widespread to cause it to survive. Nowadays, Latin language said to become a dead language. It is not extinct, but it is a dead language because it's no longer used and no longer spoken. Even so, Latin ethnic groups still exist. Latin language is changed to Romanian, Italian, Portuguese, Spanish, and French, which is conveniently known as Roman language. So Roman language, it doesn't mean that it is a Roman language like a lovey-dovey language. It's actually Romans is for Rome. Okay, Romans language means a language spoke by the Romans people. Okay. Okay, how Latin language influenced the English language. For several hundred years, the Germanic tribes had various relations with the Romans, through which they acquired a considerable number of Latin words. When Roman missionaries reintroduced Christianity into Ireland, this new cultural influence resulted in a quite extensive Latin elements into the language. So when just now the church council on this era, the church official language is Latin. It was spoken by the bishops. Okay. Okay, this is to make you understand it simpler. So Latin is influenced on English and Germanic. So these are words borrowed from Latin into Germanic and through Germanic into English. Next. Okay, how Latin words got into English language. So the Roman Empire expanded into Britain, bringing Latin. Latin words found their way into the Anglo-Saxon language of the people in ancient Britain. Okay, so Latin words stratum means layered road. Stratum becomes straits in Anglo-Saxon, now called streets in modern English. Actually, there are a lot more examples, but I will attach it later. Okay, so this is Latin prefix in English words, such as in, inter, compre, post. You can see it on the screen. Okay, in means not. So in English word, inactive means not active, not possible, not logical, and the other can read by yourself. Next. Oh, it's done already. Okay, thank you very much.
Hello? Can you hear me at the back? Are you clear?
Yeah.
Alright, my name is Wan Najda Avni binti Wan Sanasi, and street number 050150. Now I will continue the presentation with Scandinavian invasion in Britain. This is a very interesting topic actually. If you guys watch The Hobbit, anyone watch The Hobbit?
Yes.
So it is closely related to that movie. So Scandinavia is a region. It's a region consists of Sweden, Denmark, and Norway. And Scandinavia is closely related to the Nordic countries. Nordic countries are Sweden, Denmark, Norway, Iceland, and Finland. If you ask why the Scandinavian invaded Britain, it is caused by the economical and political changes in their country. So this is the map of Scandinavia. As you can see, there are Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. And another map on your right is a path of Viking invading to other countries. Viking is a pirate race. Vikings, they sail and they attack other countries. Alright, next. This is a video of how the Old Norse, and Icelandic sound. Can you play the video? The speaker is not working. Alright. Unfortunately, we cannot hear how they speak, so moving on. The Viking Age. The Viking Age started in 793. In that year, there was an early raid on Lindisfarne. Lindisfarne is a holy island with church and temple. It had a lot of food and properties, and that is probably the main reason why the Vikings attacked it. And the next year, they attacked Jarrow. Jarrow is the town where was the home of Venerable Bede. Does anyone ever heard of Venerable Bede? Alright, Venerable Bede is the one that wrote the history during the early Anglo-Saxon age. So he had a lot of important writings about the political, economical, and so on. In 865, the Great Heathen Army lands in England. The Great Heathen Army is the Danish army called by the Anglo-Saxons. So it's just another name. In 867, the York is conquered by the Viking forces. So we can see that the Vikings was more aggressive throughout the years. In 878, King Alfred, who ruled from 871 to 899, was the king of Wessex, and he and his army defeated the Viking. King Alfred and the leader of Viking signed a treaty, the Treaty of Wedmore. From that settlement, from that agreement, the Viking, they got a region in England called the Danelaw. In 1013, Swin Forkbeard the king of Denmark and the king of Norway became the first Viking king of England because he kicked out the actual king of England at that time. In 1066 was the end of the Viking Age. The Anglo-Saxon king at that time was Harold Godwinson. He defeated Harald Hardrada, that king of Norway, at Stamford Bridge. After that, the William of Normandy defeated King Godwinson at the Battle of Hastings, which will be explained in the next topic. Now, the Scandinavian place names. Do you know that you can actually recognize the place names from Scandinavian just by looking at the end of their names? For example, if the place names ends with B, like Whitby or Grimsby, it is from Scandinavia, and in Scandinavian it means farm or town. If it ends with top, which means village in Scandinavian, for example, Edtorp and Bishoptorp. Next one is Twight. For example, Applethwaite and Langthwaite. It means piece of land. And the last one is if it ends with toft, like Brimtoft, and Northtoft, which means piece of ground. And for your information, if someone's name ends with son, pronounced as son, like Stevenson or Johansson, Scarlett Johansson even, that is originated from Scandinavian. Thank you. Now, the test of borrowed words. There are 3 ways you can know if that word is originated from Old English or from the Scandinavian language. The first way is through the sound of sk, like, in Old English, they generally use sh, written as sc, but the English they use sh. But the Scandinavian they use k. For example, the native English word is sheep, and the borrowed word from the Scandinavia is sky. So you see, if it has a strong g or k, it is from Scandinavia. For example, get, give, and kid. The second way is through the vowel of words of the Germanic diphthong. In all language, the Germanic diphthongs I became N. But in Old Norse, the Germanic diphthong I became A. So here you can see the examples are A, nail, hail. It's fun. And the last way is through the meaning itself. In today's modern English, bloom word, it actually comes from Old English blemma or Scandinavian blam. In Old English, it means ingot of iron, while in Old Norse, it actually means bloom or flower. So that shows. Next is Scandinavian loan word. You see, there are more than 900 Scandinavian borrowed words that we use in our daily lives, and they are not as difficult as the Latin or the Germanic language. So there are very simple words, like noun there are bank, boon, gas, and so on. For adjective, awkward, odd, scant, sly. And for word, bait, die, crawl, read, and so on. There are words that is formed from Scandinavian words. For example, the pronoun they, are, them. It is from Scandinavia. The native English words from Old English is hey, hyra, and him. Next, the adverb aloft, athwart, and simile. Then the present plural of the verb to be, which is are, is actually from Scandinavia. Now, the relation between Scandinavian loan words and native words. There are 6 situations. where they relate to each other. The first one, when the word has similar form and meaning in both Scandinavian and English. The modern word is from both ancestors, like burn, drag, and fast. Okay? The second one is, if the word has a difference in meaning, the English word often survive, like bench, goat, and grain. Next, rarely used native words were replaced with the Scandinavian words. For example, the word take replaced the Niman, which was the native words, which we don't hear anymore because it was replaced. Number 4, in some cases, both survive with differences in meaning of use. Like in English, there is no. In Scandinavian, nay. In English, it's sick, and in Scandinavian, it's ill. The meanings are quite similar, but we use it in different situations and contexts. Fifth is native language, native words reintroduced from Scandinavian words, like chill, blend, and run. The last one, some English words are modified when they take the characteristics of the Scandinavian words, like give and get. The character is that they have a strong G or K. Next, the syntax and grammar. Specialists do not agree on the Scandinavian influence on the English syntax. According to Bow and Kebbel, Scandinavian influence affected the vocabulary and syntax, but it is less capable of exact demonstration. Kirsch also claimed that investigation turns up no positive proof of Scandinavian influence on English syntax. Byrne does not even mention syntax. Alright, moving on. Now, before I move on, does anyone here like Thor? Yes! Who likes Thor? Please raise your hand. Do you like Thor? Who do you like? Thor? Thor, okay. Anyone else? Anyone else likes to watch Thor? Who do you like? Who's your favorite character in Thor? Loki. A very good choice, alright. I like Loki. He's good looking and powerful. Right. Norse mythology, the Viking gods. This is the Norse mythology about the Viking gods. So the movie that you watch are actually from this belief or religion. Odin, also known as the All-Father, the ruler of Asir tribe. He is associated with war, wisdom, magic, and poetry. Odin can shape sheep and can predict the fate, which is why the Vikings sacrificed humans to see whether they can win a battle or not. I think that's cool. Next is Thor. Thor, the god of thunder, associated with thunder, lightning, strength, and oak trees. He is the god of oak trees. He is the protector of Midgard and Asgard. If you don't already know, Midgard means the earth, and Asgard is the earth of the god. Correct. Very good. Next is Loki. Loki is a trickster god. He is a mischievous shapeshifter, which is why if you Google him and if you look for him, you will see this kind of picture. But according to the expert of the Norse mythology, he is fair of look and handsome. Yes, adore him. The next is Hel. Hel is the goddess of death. In Old Norse, it means hidden. Hell rules over hell, the underworld. So basically, Hell, the goddess of death, rules over hell, an actual hell for the Old Norse. And for your information, Hel is the daughter of Loki, and Loki is the foster brother of Odin, not Thor. You already know that? Wow, good. Now, the Viking weapons. My favorite is sword, because it is easy to use. Although sword and chainmails are rather expensive, only could be bought or be owned by the wealthy or rich Vikings. Next is axe. Axe is the very common weapon for the Vikings. They always have some kind of weapons around them, even when they sleep. And then spear. Spear is very common too. And then shield and helmet. Helmet, actually, as a matter of point of fact, Vikings do not wear helmets with horns on their helmets. It was originally used during an opera, when they sing. So they just use it as a costume. It's a myth. And here's the long ship that the Vikings used to sail and take over other countries. In the front of the long ship, they put a dragon head. Does anyone know what's the function of the dragon head? No idea? Very honest, alright. It is so that they can scare the evil spirit of the sea away so that they can sail safely into Britain. And then here's the tub, and that's longhouse. As you can see, there is no windows or space. So when they cook, there would be a lot of smoke in the house. And some of them actually died from the smoke. Air pollution. So here are my references. That's all from me. Alright guys, how about a 5-minute break? Alright, enjoy your time.